Hello again, listeners, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. And as usual, I have my co-host here, Chama, with me. Chama, nakam.
Boy, I'm cool, man. Ba.
Boy. Boys are smiling, it's been a while. So, nothing to complain about today.
Nothing to complain about. And also, we have to apologize. Last week, we recorded Game Week 24 preview.
Yes.
But we oversighted Game Week 25. It was going to be in between, So we only recorded.
Oh, yeah.
We should
That's
have
right.
we should have look at the fixtures for Game Week 25 too. So we did not. But yeah.
That's our mistake. Yeah, we apologize for that.
Yeah.
It was a quick turnaround from 24 to 25.
Yeah,
so
it was too much.
We could have just combined the two and then made it 24 and 25 preview.
Yeah, like we used to do. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, we are recording double Game Week 26 preview. This is the big double that everybody has been, talking about all week. So we'll just talk about mostly what everybody is thinking. It's the chief strategy, most important, the stats summary, and we'll talk about the long view from now until maybe Game Week 31 when things have calmed down a bit. And then we talk about some talking points. Obviously, Jota replacement, he's injured. He's now certainly out for the double. And we talk about the best option at Liverpool since Jota is out. So it's mostly about Liverpool because they are the best team in the league and it comes to attack, and they have the best fixtures for this the double Game Week 26. So before we get into that, let's talk about a team review for 25. That's why our arrows are green. So it was a good one.
Yeah, we are flying. We are all flying. So I will let you have the start. Game Week 25.
Yeah.
It was a big one, right?
It was a big one, it was a big one. 81 points all out, I mean, the captaincy, obviously, almost everybody captained Bruno, and we were all just waiting for the goal to come in, because it was that important to us. Most of us captained him. But okay, before I even get into that, let me just go into my team.
Yeah.
Like in goal, I had Foster with 2 points. I had Trent in defense with 6. Ed Nuri came in for Cancelo because Cancelo didn't play. So Ed Nuri had 5 points and Cucurella with 7. And in midfield, it's where the points were actually for me. Sterling, who was a differential pick, with an ownership of about 3.4%, gave me 18 points. Almost captained him. It would have been a masterstroke. Fernandez with 24 points, Bowen with 13 points, Jota with 1 point. And up front, I have Watkins with 2, Broha with 2, Dennis with 1. So you can see my striking department is just useless, but can't complain. 81 points all out, game week rank of 159,000. And then an overall rank of 154K. So, I think this might be one of the lowest, the highest rank I've had so far in FPL. If I can remember, I hope I'm not wrong, but touch wood. So, yeah, hope it continues. Yeah, how about you, Chama?
Yeah, I did well too. My team, I had 85 points. Also, I think we went the same route. Cancelo did not play, and then Ait Nuri came in for him. Ait Nuri was on my bench. Yeah, that was it. But unfortunately, Laporte too did not play. Both My City defenders blanked. So that was the thing. But De Gea, he came good for me with the 10-pointer in goal. I had Lamptey. Going to the game week, I know many we are talking about the Brighton, like Cucurella's
Defense,
and the Dunks. So I was happy to own Lamptey for a very long time. So to finally get the return from him was very nice, and assist and a clean sheet in the first part of his double game week. And then he was benched in the second one. So, but I didn't worry because he already gave me the 11.
Yeah.
And Trent with his 6-pointer, he's just been consistent for everybody. Everybody owns him now. I hope, I think. And in midfield, I went with the same captain with you. Yeah, Bruno. It was a captain between Bruno and Ronaldo, because I had the double. Because a lot of managers had either Ronaldo or had Bruno or had both.
Yeah.
So having Bruno and captaining him and also having Ronaldo, it was Ronaldo did score early in the game, but then Bruno did not. So when Bruno scored the goal, he took away the Ronaldo bonus point, everything, and then that's when Bruno became the higher scorer, and that was very nice for me, and it really boosted my rank on that day. Yeah, and And yeah, Ronaldo too. I cannot. Yeah, he did well in the double game week. I stuck with him because of the double. So to give me 10 points, I'm very content with that. Calvert Lewin, Edward. Yeah, other strikers. The less said, the better. But yeah, 85 points game week rank of about 76k, and then my overall rank rose from 2.5, 2.6k to 1.4k. So now 1000. Yeah, it's looking rosy on my side and on both our sides. So hopefully, long may it continue.
we keep it going. And the funny thing is, as much of like, it was a small double game week. I think with Brighton and Manchester United having doubles. Yeah, but the average was slightly lower than what I'd expected. It's 47 points. I was like, wow. But yeah, it was a good game week for us. So we'll just take that and run and focus on the next few games. So for the results and recap, we'll just talk about, because the Manchester United game against who were they even playing again?
Man, they had it double Southampton and Brighton, of course.
And Brighton, yes.
The Brighton one was the big one. Everyone waiting. The first game week blank for Ronaldo and Bruno. Ronaldo and Bruno. Yeah. And I think Ronaldo should have scored in that game. He had I think between Ronaldo and Bruno, they had 5 or 6 big chances in these 2 game weeks. So it was so unfortunate that they could only come out with 1 return each. I think Ronaldo 3 and Bruno 3, something like that. And most of the creation was also coming from the other side too. It was not just about the chances they have, but they were also creating. So it was they underperformed a little bit in the double game week, but again they give us the double digit return, so which was a nice one. And that was a good one. But I think the big one was the Brighton game. Bruno was he had some dead chances. Ronaldo created one open chance for him, a big chance, and then Bruno just took a little bit longer to kick the ball, and then the goalkeeper saved the ball. He also created some chances and they were missed. He had some headers. Yeah, it was frustrating to watch him play. But he was trying very hard. He was trying very hard.
Bruno to score. I think it was a confidence thing too, because Manchester United have missed a lot of chances in the past 5 or something games. That mostly the draws that we've had. It's frustrating, to be honest. But it's good to score 2 and to win the game and to also have a clean sheet, because it's a confidence booster going into the next few round of fixtures. So yeah.
Yeah, and another thing I think we should mention was the Salah. I know a lot of managers were rushing because of he was coming back from the AFCON. Yeah, to get him. I think some managers, even before he went to AFCON, they were already, Salah is gonna stay or something like that, or he's gonna come in straight back in. So when he came back in, some managers did go early and spend some funds on him. But yeah, it was good to see him blank, and finally now we all have him back. We all enjoy the Salah we want again together, right?
It's like we were lucky. It was a good call for both of us to not bring him until this game week, because because you could do, most of us, like especially you had Bruno and you had Ronaldo, so there was no way to fit in Salah. So at least Bruno with the double, obviously outscored Salah in this fixture. So that was a good call. For me, I had Sterling. So Sterling had 18 points. Can you imagine? So Salah didn't score. So it's a good call. Yeah, and now we can finally get into him. Some of these small wins is very important in FPL. So we'll take them.
It's important. It's the small battles that you win the little battles. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take those any day. Okay, so moving on to mini league, the Kotu Classic FPL mini league. A manager of the week for 25 is Detention.
Yeah.
Detention, 89 points. Wow. Okay, so congrats, Detention.
So
let's see.
What happened with the styling captains there?
The Sterling captaincy. I told you I almost captain Sterling. There was almost something I was thinking about. I was like, wow. That's what I was checking to see. Let's see. So what is the what teams do they have? What players do they have?
Jose Sarr was in goal. That was a big one. Lamptey, even Reguilon blanked with 0 point, and they had Dalot, and then in the middle you have Bernardo Silva, Bowen, 13 points. Starting with the captaincy with the 36 points. Yeah, that was the big one. Jota
Yeah, that was the big one, man.
and Coutinho, yeah, the captain. Because, and you know, there is no Man United player. Like, there is no Bruno, there is no Ronaldo. You can see. And
And
there's
still
the,
had the
yeah.
highest.
So it's not always about the big players, but of course you wanna have them. The logical thing to do was to have them,
just to
but
have them.
if you don't have them too, it's not the end of the world. You can see that here
Mhm.
very well. Yeah.
It was a good master. Like, I think in games like these, having a differential team really helps. But obviously, this is not like it's a one-off, because when the big boys don't really come out and do something, it's a chance for the other ones that are differentials to come out and also, score big. So yeah, congrats, detention. So looking at the top 5 for the Kotu Classic, I think we have a bit of movement in the top 5. So dropping to 5th is Ahmed Tijan Suleiman. And in rising to 4th is Thomas Bright. And then also rising to 3rd is Jibril Fall. And then 1st and 2nd is still the same. In 2nd, we have Latik Aurora. And then you're still there in number 1 from start to finish from day 1. So congrats, man. Yeah, I guess it's a very competitive mini league, honestly, because you can always see movement. There's always movement between. It's only now that the second has been there for a while, but there's always movement between the top 10. Sometimes in the beginning of the game week, I see myself going all the way up to 7th.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I've dropped again to like 11th or something. It's competitive, man. It's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the update for the Kotu Classic Mini League. So let's drop in some knowledge on the start side, so to help us see what kind of players to get for this double.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we look at the fixture, let's look at some stats summary. We start with I brought in a lot of tables today. A lot of numbers is gonna be here, but
it's the more the better for this game week.
Yeah, but I think the obvious is the Liverpool Salah trend. Those are the obvious picks that everybody will own. But because I know a lot of people are talking about when it comes to the captaincy, when it comes to like going away from the hard and things like that. But I'm just gonna try to give a reason why you should stick with the play, like with the obvious picks. Like, for example, we look at this table. This is the just recently ended game week. The team statistics of double game week 25. Manchester United at the top of the chart when it comes to attacking numbers. They had 9 big chances. Like I say, I think Ronaldo and Bruno were involved in at least 6 of them. Sancho was also involved in 3 of them. So Sancho is somebody we should be starting to think about. He's starting to play a lot more. He got a goal in the double. And an XG of 4.9. So Man United at the top, but they had a double game week, so it is understandable. You can see Brighton, another team who have a double game week, they are third. Manchester City, who did not have a double, despite they still were able to create six big chances against the team that Salah is supposed to play next game week. And you can see Norwich, they were the worst defensive team in the game week. Yeah. And then you see Everton too, they did very well. They played the other team that Liverpool are supposed to double with. They also created 4 big chances against Leeds United with an XG of 3.0. They scored 3 goals against Leeds United. So basically those were the top 4 teams. Liverpool at 5th. And then if you look at the defensive numbers, here I just want to focus on the teams that are with the worst defensive, because I want to focus on the captaincy. So you look at the bottom 3 teams. You have Southampton, even Brighton. I have to mention them. They considered 5 big chances because of the fixture against Manchester United. Their first game, they did not consider a lot, but against Man United created a lot. So this is what I'm telling you, that the United fixture could have been Bruno and Ronaldo could have had a bigger haul. But in the first half, I would say Brighton dominated the game. They controlled Man United completely until they get the red card. United score in the second half, and then that's when things change. United started creating a lot of chances. But yeah, so United are looking good attacking wise, not just converting. But then you look at the bottom 2 teams here, Leeds United and Norwich City. 10 big chances between them considered, an XG of 6.9 conceded between them, 7 goals conceded in just game week 25. So this is just a narrative I'm trying to build for those people who are thinking of going to
Trying to
some
be different or
trying to be different. Yeah,
unique.
exactly. So then now we look at the team statistics for the last 6 game weeks. At the top of the chart is Liverpool. They are averaging a big chance, like 3.8 big chances every game over the last 6 game weeks, 2.6 xg at the top, and they average a goal like 1.8 goals. You have Tottenham in second. Tottenham, they have not been great in the last 2 game weeks, but they have been creating chances. They have lost their last 3 games, but in terms of creativity and things like that, they are doing well, but they are not doing it like they are similar to Manchester United, I would say, not scoring, like they are underperforming in some way. Man City at that is it. And then we look at the bottom teams too when it comes to the defensive stats. You have Leeds at number 17. They are conceding 3 big chances per game over the last 6 game weeks. Southampton 18, conceding 3.2 big chances per game. Norwich in 19, conceding 2.7 big chances per game. So Leicester City is another very bad team, very defensively bad team this season. So it's another team to target, especially when it comes to set pieces. They concede a lot of goals from set pieces. But again, you can see Leeds United, Norwich again in this bracket. Leeds United, they have been going down in terms of defensively. They used to do much better than they are doing now. They have never been the best defensive team in the league. We all know that they attack and then you attack, but they are even getting worse.
The attacking is not there anymore. If you watch them play, they kind of lack that energy. I don't know whether it's the injuries. Players are tired. It's just not the Norwich.
The injuries have a major part to play. Of course, we have to say that because they are losing. They are missing their Calvin Phillips. He was their talisman in the middle, and they are missing their leading goal scorer in Patrick Bamford, who cannot stay fit this season. So of course, that has a major role to play.
Even Rafinha was benched in the last 2 game weeks because his form has been terrible. All of a sudden, just took a nosedive because he's been the one carrying the team. Like everybody else was doing really poorly, but then he was the one that was getting the points. The 9-ticket hauls, and even though the fixtures were difficult, and the team wasn't performing. But all of a sudden now, I think in the last 2 or 3 game week, he wasn't really doing well, and he was benched or something, or even substituted early. For one of their games.
That was the last game. The last game they played against Everton, he was substituted at halftime, and Bielsa later said it was not an injury-based substitution; it was a tactical one. Which was strange. So because he's their star player, so they are struggling, and they are one of those teams that Bielsa is a very crazy kind of manager, I would say, because when teams had opportunities to use the COVID situations, like if you have a high number of unavailable players, Leeds was that team that they will always promote their younger players and play. They never wanted to cancel their games. They never wanted to push for postponement. And I think that affected them a little bit. But they are in the struggle. I hope they stay in the league because they are a team to team.
It's a good team to watch play.
Yeah, but defensively they are not there. So this is just a table to show that aspect of it. You are talking about the best attacking team in the league, and then
versus
2 of the worst defensive teams in the league. Yeah, so that is it. And then you look at it in the season context again. You see Liverpool at the top, Manchester City, Chelsea third, and then at the bottom you can see Leeds were around 16, Norwich at 19. So Leeds is like, as the season progresses, they keep going down. So they are getting worse and worse and worse as the season progresses. So that is the thing. But then let's look at the player statistics, which is more pertinent to what we are doing. You look at the last 6 game weeks, which is between game week 25 to game week 20 to game week 25. We have I added another column in it, which is the number of games they played during that period. Because if we recall, some of these players were unavailable due to AFCON. Some of these players were playing double game week. So even though it's just 5 game week span, you can see some teams playing 7 game weeks. So it's important to give you context, how many games they played during that particular period. So looking at that, we see that at the top, when it comes to, it is sorted by expected points, expected FPL points. So Salah is at the top with 9 expected FPL points. Kane number 2 with 7.3, Sterling number 3 7.1, and Son number 4 with 6.8. So you can see the Tottenham boys, they are there, but their team is not doing well recently. They have lost the last 3 games. So if you look at it in that context, Tottenham have lost 3 games. They are not the team in form. then you are taking it wrongly, because you can see
Yeah.
with their
The
underlying
attack.
numbers,
Yeah.
these players are doing really well. Son did score a goal in the last game, in the game week before last, and then Kane did not score, but he had a couple of involvement. Like I think he had two big chance involvement. He just did not convert them. But we know he's a quality finisher, so sometimes it happens players don't score goals. So just to see them having the numbers, that is the key factor here. If they were not having the numbers, then we will start worrying. But the fact that they are having the numbers, we should not take anything from their losses to judge them if they are a good asset or something. It's just something worth noting. But of course, they have a double game week coming, and one of the fixtures is Manchester City, which is people tend to think that it is a foregone conclusion that Man City will win. But still, Tottenham can get a goal or something. You never know. So yeah, this is the table, and you see Bowen there too. Bowen too is having an exceptional season.
Oh yeah.
Four double-digit
Exceptional
returns.
season.
Four double-digit returns in the last 6 game weeks. I think he's doing well. Any name that caught your eye here on this table?
Joao Pedro. I'm surprised. Is he the Watford attacker?
Yeah, he is.
I'm surprised to find his name there, because Watford, as we know, since they have a new coach, they have been very defensive, and their attackers, they haven't been rewarding, to be honest. And we know that we have been stuck with excuse me, with Watford attack for a while now, since they had that double where I captained Dennis and he gave me a -2. So I'm surprised to see his name here, to be honest. Joao Pedro, and also Olise. You have been hyping him up, and I've never actually seen him play, but I heard he's a really good player to have a very enticing, promising young attacker.
Joao Pedro, just to put some context to it, if you look at his appearance, he has started 4 games. He has appeared in 7 games, and 4 of them he has come on as a substitute. And he's averaging 15 minutes per chance involved, 129 minutes per big chance involved, and XGI of 118 minutes. So his number of games is 7, but maybe he just started 3 games out of that. And this is per 90 basis, so it's a good number to have. But then the fact that he is not starting regularly is not is something we have to take note of, because he only started 3 out of the 7 games that he always had to come on, which sometimes is not enough. But the numbers he is putting up when he's on is a good number to keep note of. And Olise, you say is also a good one, but also there is also minutes. That is another issue. He is not starting as often as we would want him to start. But for me, the player that is interesting me is Gordon of Everton. He also had another big haul in the last game week with 14. He seems to be the one doing really well, and he's just 4.5 or 4.6 million. He's cheaper than Ramsey. I think we talked about him and Ramsey here before. And for me personally, I prefer him because he's more of a attacker. He's more in the box. He's more involved in other aspects of the game, like set pieces. He takes all the set pieces, corner kicks and things like that. Last time Everton scored from a corner, he was the one who delivered that corner, and then he scored. So this is his second double-digit return of the season. I think going forward, he's going to start more often for Everton, and he's one player that I really want. Ramsey, I like a lot, but he is more of a
box-to-box type of player.
Box-to-box type of midfielder, but Gordon is more like a winger and attacking midfielder than a box-to-box. So that is the difference there. But yeah, because he's a good runner, Ramsey, he's not on this table. You will not see him here. He will not make a lot of runs, but when he makes the run, know that he's going to have a chance, and a big chance. So he will not give you the high number of chances like Gordon will, but he's a very dangerous player. That Ramsey guy, yeah, I like him. And Steven Gerrard is trying to mold him into his
type of player. Yeah, his
exactly.
finishing qualities are very good. That's what I'm really impressed with. He's like, he doesn't need many chances to finish his chances. But also you have Coutinho, who's always looking to provide him, because he's always making the runs. Right? If you watch the last game, the goals that he scored, they were like really classic goals. Some really good assists from Coutinho. Because he's always looking for Ramsey. Ramsey is always running when they're attacking. So he always gets that option to pass to him, and then he finishes because he's a very good finisher. So yeah, it's good to see all these new names coming up in the attacking stats.
Yeah. Definitely. So, but just make sure we know, like the starts too is very important, like the appearance and things like that. We have to keep note of that. And Edward, you see, he's there up there, but for him too, I'm worried with minutes. Sometimes, these players, the minutes is the issue. But like if they are given the chance to play regularly, I think they can do. But generally, there's a lot of Palace players. You can see Edward, you can see Mateta, you can see Olise. About three of them for their attacking players are on the list. But then they have a lot of options there. So who starts and who don't? That is another issue. And then looking at the players over the course of the season, this one I will just name the top five. Salah is still at the top of the table. Sterling, number 2, when it comes to expected points, averaging 8.0 expected points. Salah, Sterling 7.7. Jota with 7.2, now out with injury. Mane 6.4. Ronaldo 6.4. Ronaldo is not doing badly either. Foden with 6.42. But Foden too, the issue is there when it comes to minutes.
And
Rotation
Champions League,
issue. Yeah, Lacazette too is going off radar. He has been doing really well, and now that Arsenal he don't have any competition for the number 9 spot in Arsenal, it makes him even a better option because Aubameyang is no more in the team. So he's now the captain. He's on penalties, and now Arsenal are on a double game week. So Lacazette it could be a very outfield pick for this double game week if people wanna go. If people wanna go there. So basically, this is the stats. Anything you wanna add?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I've heard a few podcasts mentioning him. After their blank in 27, you can actually go in for them for Arsenal assets. I'm sure if you have them, you just keep. I have what's his name again? Saka in my team. So he's actually, I was planning to ship him out, but then I saw the fixtures and I was like, oh, there's a lot of green, like from 28 all the way down to the end of the season. I don't think they have any like really tough fixtures. Just bunch of greens and grays. So yeah, it's good to own them right now. And we all know how I feel about strikers, or how we feel about strikers this season. They're not doing much. I think looking at this table, I can see for the top 10, just a few strikers. And it's funny that we usually used to having the strikers at the almost the top of the table. But now look at them. First striker is Ronaldo, and he hasn't been doing much based on his price. He should be doing much more than this. Like I said, is 7th. So yeah, I think like I said, is a good option to have as a striker going forward.
Actually, I think this season, like Boroha, I think many podcasts mentioned that one too. Boroha is actually the best striker in the game because he's cheap.
Imagine that.
Yeah, he's cheap
and he's consistent.
He's been consistent when it comes to return. Every now and then he will give you a return or something. So I think, strikers have not been I have never been a fan anyway. So
it's easy for you. That was easy for you.
It's easy for me, yeah.
But the first time in a while, this is the first season where I can confidently say that my most predominant fixture or formation, is 3-5-2. Before I'm a one that always want to have. I like having 3 strikers. But now I don't have a choice because now the strikers are not really doing anything. So if I could, I can even have like just one striker. Just, play a 4-5-1 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now that we're done with the stats, let's move to the fixtures for the double game week, and we'll discuss about those.
Yeah, this is the fixtures. There's a lot of fixtures, but I happen to get this one from, what is his name? Guyub Rukon on Twitter. On Twitter, yeah, he makes some very beautiful graphics.
This makes it really much easier.
Basically, the teams that have the double game week, and this one is the fixtures of the game week. Let me just run through them. You have West Ham, Newcastle, Arsenal, Brentford, Aston Villa, Watford, Brighton, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Chelsea are back in action. Liverpool, Norwich, first game of Southampton, Everton, Man City, Spurs. This is a good fixture. Leeds, for football wise, Leeds, Man United, Wolves, Leicester, Burnley, Spurs. The second, the double game week, the other side. Watford, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Leeds, and Arsenal, Wolves. Watford. Do you want to talk about Watford a little bit? Dennis and
no.
Do you still have them?
We are just unfortunate that we we still have them in our team. And the funny thing is, the way the fixtures are coming thick and fast, you don't have the option to prioritize removing them out, like taking them out of your team. So they're just going to be there for the longest time, and then you don't have a choice. For me, I really wanted to get rid of Dennis in this game week, But right now I have other fires to put out, in my team. But honestly, I think they are prioritizing staying up with just defensive displays rather than playing that the team commands, all out attack.
Yeah, they
We
have the
score
new
more goals than
the new manager they have. Of course, he's a defensive manager.
Hodgson, Roy
We all
Hodgson,
know
yeah, he's very defensive.
Hodgson of being defensive. So yeah, it's not surprise that now the attackers are becoming less enticing like they were used to under Ranieri. And yeah, like you say, I think people are stuck there with Dennis and just working.
And King, yeah.
I don't have any of them though.
You're lucky.
But my strikers are not doing justice to me.
What happened to Antonio?
Antonio is gone. Antonio is gone.
He's
Antonio
gone?
is, yeah, he's gone. I'm done with Antonio. Yeah, people like Antonio, players like Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin, since he came into my team,
yeah.
he has never returned. He has missed a penalty.
But I was telling you about him. Yeah, he might take, because he was injured for so long. It's going to take him a while because the season is already like moved ahead. Everybody's found their groove. And he might need to have another like pre-season and then come into the new season. But this season, I don't really expect much from him, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the right. Last game though, he was pretty impressive. I watched their game against Leeds. He did not score. I was expecting him to get the assist for the first goal, but they did not give it to him. And he was very involved in the game. They won 3-0 against Leeds, and he did not score, but he was very involved in the game. And then, of course, he missed the penalty too. Those unfortunate circumstances, they happen. Penalty, yeah. But, yeah, it has not been a great signing for me in my team. None of the Everton players, him and Gray, both of them have blanks since they came into my team. So, but, yeah, it is what it is. It was just, sometimes you have to take those, especially this double game weekends. And with the nice fixtures, you just have to, try a bit. But yeah. They are gone now. Both of them are gone. So I don't think I'm going back. I'm going back there this season.
Okay, so looking at the long view, the next 6 fixtures, apparently this next few fixtures is the make or break for FPL because we have a possible blank in 27. I mean, not even possible. It's already been confirmed.
When I discuss about the double game week first, about the options.
Oh yeah, let's look at the fixtures. Well, honestly, I don't think maybe I'm being a bit selfish here because I'm already made up my mind about which players I have.
We have to give options.
My niggas are taking a -12 and only to be in a better position. But So looking at these fixtures, I think Liverpool, obviously, I think we'll have to mention this multiple times. They have the best double possible. Norwich and Leeds, like we've already been building up to have the worst defensive record so far this season, and even in the last 6 game weeks.
Yeah.
So, like we'll mention in our chief strategy later on, like it doesn't get any better than this. I don't think it will. So also Arsenal, who play Brentford and Wolves. Like I think most people have Ramsdale, right? And either Saka or Martinelli. If you have Martinelli, I'm not sure whether his red card has been. He's free to play now. Is he?
No.
Not yet.
He's suspended.
That sucks, man. Well, that sucks. But yeah, that would have been a very good fixture to have both of them. Even though Wolves is a very difficult team to have. But I think for me, the best team to target here with this double is Liverpool, and most people have Liverpool. And now that Jota is injured, I think we'll have to talk about later on about the possible replacements and how to address these Liverpool assets.
Yeah, I think
any thoughts on the double as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think you cover it. It's Liverpool, Arsenal, and then the rest. I think that is it. Liverpool, Arsenal here, and then you have the rest together. I think that is how
you can go either ways for the rest. You never know.
Yeah. Maybe Wolves have a decent chance because they have Leicester and Arsenal, but that's not great too.
It's not that
great. Yeah, Tottenham they play Man City and Burnley. Like Man City, that one is a difficult one already, and Burnley away, like when Salah cannot score there in 6 years, that fixture is difficult. It's difficult. Going there is difficult for any player, right?
That was the reason why I was convinced that Salah wouldn't really do much, really do like well against Burnley. That's why I took my time to bring him in because I knew Burnley is a difficult fixture for Salah and for Liverpool at home. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. Watford, if they were still Watford, would have been very good fixtures to have because they play Aston Villa and Crystal Palace. But
Yeah,
now,
if they were still Watford, if they were the Watford that we love, attacking Watford, where you can be comfortable going with 2 strikers from Watford, definitely. But now, no, Watford is a no-go area. Leeds United, Man United, Liverpool too. Liverpool is difficult one for them. Man United could be difficult. Man United defensively they are not so solid. Like they give away a lot of chances. So maybe Leeds attack could be something to consider, but Leeds defense, nobody is gonna go for Leeds defense. They are already bad, and then going against Man United and Liverpool, nobody will wanna go there. Crystal Palace too with a double. Chelsea and Watford. It's not the greatest. Chelsea is not easy. Watford might be a good one. So yeah, Burnley too not good. So like we say, it's Arsenal, it's Liverpool, Arsenal, then the rest. And we are gonna have the triple Liverpool for sure. Like Salah, Trent, any engaged manager or any manager who is very aware, he will have those 2 players, right? And then Jota was a player pretty in a lot of teams, but now his injury means it's either you go for another Liverpool player or you go with the double Liverpool player, and that is something people need to consider. Where do you stand on that?
Since we are here, let's talk about it. I mean, Robertson, to me, it's when it comes to Liverpool, it's this order. You have Salah, you have Trent.
Yeah.
Jota was a third possible. It could have been anybody else, but this season, the season that he's had so far, you cannot go without having him, or you wouldn't have survived the season, or it would be very difficult for you to try to match his points elsewhere.
Yeah.
Now that he's out, maybe Robo. And unless you're a Liverpool fan, right? So you can tell me, who do you think is the best replacement in his position? Is it the new guy Diaz, or is it going to be Firmino again? Because we know Firmino is a bit expensive, so I don't think he's at the price point of and Firmino is a striker anyways, but Jota is an out of position player, and the best player to replace him with, in my opinion, is Robertson. Who's a defender.
I would say if you are thinking long term, if you want to replace him long term, I think Robertson is the perfect replacement for him. Like I say, I was already considering to get rid of Jota in game week 27 and plan to bring Robo later and then end the season with double Liverpool defense instead of double Liverpool attack. So yeah, Robo, I agree with you. But if you are only thinking game week 26, like the double game week 26, I'm not so confident about Robo being the best replacement. I would say I would have Van Dijk ahead of him. I would have even Alisson, the goalkeeper, ahead of him for the double game 26 because at the end of the day, it's all about
the maximum points and
who plays. I don't think Robo will play the 2 games.
Tsimikas is really
he has a very able replacement. Tsimikas is a very very able replacement for him. He's proven that he can do it with the big boys, and that means Klopp is gonna give him some minutes, and that means Robo has to get some rest. Liverpool play the final of the League Cup next Sunday, so Robo just played in Milan yesterday. He played the Burnley game, full game, played in Milan. Now to play the 2 games with Leeds and Norwich, I think Liverpool can do without. If you remember, where Tsimikas started the game against Norwich and got the assist, I think, and he got the return. I think he got a clean sheet, and then So I think this is a fixture that he can take and he can handle. He had played them 2 or 3 times this season in the League Cup and in the league. 2 times. So I think Tsimikas will get 1 game, and if I want to guess, I think he will get the Norwich game and Robo get the Leeds game, and then the Robo play in the final of the League Cup. So for that reason, I think Van Dijk, who is more likely to start 2 games, but even Van Dijk, if he is rested in one of these games, I will not be surprised. But I think he's less likely to be rested than Robertson. With Trent too, he can be rested. He is more or less like Van Dijk, but I see it very unlikely because he's still very young. He don't have a direct replacement at right back. We don't have a player like Trent. For Robertson, we have a similar player. For Van Dijk, we have good defenders. I would not say a similar defender like Van Dijk because he's just Van Dijk. Trent maybe, but very unlikely. So Van Dijk I would say is the 3rd best option after Salah and Trent. Van Dijk is the best option in my opinion. Alisson, because he will start 2 games. He will start both games. If you don't have a goalkeeper, then you can go there. But you not expect to have a lot of points. Liverpool will not concede a lot of chances, maybe.
Chances, so
So
no option for
he could keep 2 clean sheets, and that could still be 6 points, 12 points.
12
And
points. Yeah, that's
still a lot, right? But yeah, I don't know if you are being so greedy, you would want to go with the defenders or something like that. But I think I think Alisson is a very good option. If you don't have the Ramsdales of this world, Alisson could be a very good option. But then again, you have to think about the following game week, the subsequent game week 20. What's it? Game week 27. Liverpool are blanket. So if you have a goalkeeper like a goalkeeper who plays in game week 29, like who is not Ramsdale, because Ramsdale don't play in 27, right? So if you have, for example, De Gea, for example, in my case, if I have De Gea and I have the funds to upgrade my second goalkeeper to Alisson, I will do it. But I don't have that money, for example.
Most people don't have.
Yeah, you don't have that money.
Cash,
that's the thing.
yeah.
But if you have the cash, then Alisson becomes a very good option, because it means even when Liverpool blank in game week 27, you have your second goalkeeper, your other goalkeeper, which is a De Gea or somebody who will just come and replace him, and then you benefit from the Alisson's double game week in game week 26. So I would say Alisson and Van Dijk are the better options, but it depends on the case per case basis. Robertson, long term, I will pick him, but I don't think if I had the money right now to go to Robertson, I will do it. I will not, because
For 26,
I don't think he will get the 2 games. But any of the games, if he get them too, he can haul, because Robertson gets a lot of assists. He's, I think, only 3.5 more assists than him in the game. So you can also bank on him to get an assist or something like that.
If he goes off, like if he hauls for any one of these games, I mean, that is enough for you, because you're pretty sure that looking at the fixtures, most likely he'll be one of the top scoring defenders for double game week 26.
Definitely. And also you talk about the attackers, that is Diaz and Firmino, who's gonna be the replacement for Jota. Yeah, I think Firmino will be the replacement. I think Firmino is because Diaz don't play as a number 9. Mane and Salah, of course, can play that role, and then Diaz, we can play that. But because of Firmino's lacking this confidence, and he has not been playing a lot, he was not away with Brazil. He does not need the rest, because he has not started every game. So I will think Klopp will give him the minutes. He will start him all the games and give him the confidence, and then maybe he could score a few goals there, which boosts his confidence. In case Jota is out for the League Cup final, then Firmino, if he starts, he will be a confident player. And we know he's a very good player. Sometimes they lose form, and he was just suffering. And just like Klopp said, in Inter Milan game, he came in, lost his touch, but immediately he scored. It was completely a different player. The confidence already so Klopp will want to continue that. So maybe I would think Firmino will start the game since Jota is out. So he's a good shout to go with Firmino too. And
of course, yeah, and he always tends to do well in double game weeks. I remember a few seasons ago I had him, and he came good for me.
Exactly. So, but how are they Arsenal?
Arsenal, like I said, I think Saka is one of the best options. If Ramsdale, I have Ramsdale since my first wild card. So he's a mainstay in the team. Saka, I was planning to get rid of him, but then I saw the fixtures from now until the end of the season. I said, oh, no, this doesn't make sense. Just keep him, because people are transferring Saka in, actually. My best next move after their blank is to get Lacazette, because he's one of the top strikers right now. Like we were discussing in the stats, even though the strikers have not been doing well, he is still a good option to own. So the rest, I'm not really sure, Smith Rowe, but if you have Saka, you can cover the midfield, to be honest. So you only need 3 players. And if I have those, I'm fine. I only need 1 right now.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with you have like the 2 best options, to be honest.
The 2 best options, yeah.
That is Ramsdale and Saka. They are the 2 best options. And you don't need to get more than that, because you have to consider too that after that game,
blank,
they have to blank. So you need just a maximum of 4 players from Liverpool and Arsenal. So that's what you have. 2 Liverpool, 2 Arsenal. I think you are very perfectly set for those 2 teams. Yeah. If you wanna be greedy, have another Liverpool player.
No, it's gonna be too much. Too much.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be a bit too much.
It will take a lot. So how about the remaining teams? Let's just combine them together. Which players are you targeting there?
For Jota replacements, I'm trying to see. I've been battling between Ramsey of Aston Villa, Coutinho,
Uh-huh.
and as well as what's his name again? The guy in Southampton.
Yeah. So you're not targeting. You're not targeting that the doublers. I mean the doublers. Who are the best
No,
options there?
for
Just
the
we are
for
looking at
the
the
for the
double game
double
week. Yeah.
for the double, to be honest, it doesn't get better than Liverpool.
No, after
If I
because
have
we
to get
already.
anybody else,
Yeah.
it's Arsenal. Fine, which I already have. I have two. But then none of these other teams really like is worth the risk for me to go ahead and say, okay, I need this player. You know, like looking at it honestly, I don't know. It's going to be difficult.
So you feel there is no options in the remaining teams for playing the double?
No, if Crystal Palace, if you look at Crystal Palace, like they play Watford, but now Watford is now a different team. Their defense was really bad, but all of a sudden now they're defending more than they're attacking. So this is going to be a much more difficult match for them. It's not going to be a green anymore. I think it's going to be probably a grey fixture for them, right? Who else? Spurs against Man City. It's possible, yeah, they can do well, but you know that the defending this past 2-3 game weeks was just atrocious. Honestly, it was just bad. All of a sudden, it was good. And then now all of a sudden they were scoring own goals and doing things like that.
Well, how about their attack? How about their attack?
The attack, yes. The attack, to be honest, if I had Son, my best option for replacement for Jota would be Son. If I had the funds, I would bring him in without no question at all. Because he's just the next best player to have, but I don't have the funds. Yeah. So to put it in short, I think if I had a Spurs asset, I would be fine this game week.
How about Burnley? You don't see anything to go there. They have a double. They have a double. 26-27 double.
I've never been impressed with Burnley. There's nobody. Maybe Lowton.
Lowton is not playing lately. He lost his place. He is on the bench.
Well, then that's it. I don't see anybody in Burnley that impresses me, to be honest.
How about Pope? How about Pope?
Pope. Not Pope, but this season, maybe if I didn't have.
No, you are talking basically for your team. Let's talk like in a general context.
I haven't watched Pope this season, to be honest. I don't know whether he's getting the bonus points like he used to get the past 2 seasons. Honestly, I haven't watched them, but I know that defensively they are improving the past the 2 games because the defenders are getting blocks here and there. So that means he might be an option to consider right now if they keep on getting the clean sheets.
Yeah, they played a double game week recently. I think this is going to be their second double game week. The first double they had 2 clean sheets, 2 0-0 draws, and Pope was the highest scorer of that double game week. That was in game week 24. He got 19 points in total over those 2 game weeks. And now they have a double where they play Burnley, Tottenham, and then they play Leicester and Crystal Palace in game week 27. So they have a double. And if you watch their game against Liverpool did score, but there was not a lot of chances. Salah was completely not in the game. Liverpool had to score from the set pieces. Like it was a difficult game. And I reckon any team that will be playing there, they will struggle. I'm not. They are not the greatest team, but they can make it hard for teams. And Pope can make a lot of saves and get a lot of points. So that is something to consider. And their striker, Workhouse. He was very impressive against Manchester United. If you watch that game, he did an exceptional assist that what's his name? Rodriguez scored from. So they did well against Man United. That was a 1-1. So in the last 4 game weeks, basically they only considered 2 goals. 1 against Liverpool, 1 against Manchester United. They keep 2 clean sheets in the last 4 game weeks. So basically they are defending well. They have not been scoring a lot of goals. Workhouse is doing well, but not scored. He has not scored for them yet. But with the double coming, I think he is a player to think about. And another one is Nick Pope.
Is he okay now? Like he was injured for a while.
He had a knock against Liverpool last game week, but it was not something to take him out. He wanted to even stay on the pitch. So it was, it's if you go to Twitter without watching the game, sometimes the noise will just overwhelm you, and then you think something crazy has happened, but it's not. It's not that. Yeah, and the other players that I will consider in there is their defender center Ben Mee and
Tarkowski.
Yeah, because they're gonna play Leicester. Leicester is the worst team when it comes to conceding goals from set pieces. Set pieces. So yeah, there are some options there. Crystal Palace for me, the fixtures are not great. Gallagher usually is the pick because he's a Chelsea player.
Yeah, he's ineligible to play.
He's ineligible to play exactly, and therefore they have a lot of options there. So you just don't know who's gonna start there. I wish Edward could get the minutes because he's so up for the numbers. And with Leeds, I still will back Rafinha. With Leeds, I still will back Rafinha. If I had him, I would be very comfortable playing him. I know last game he was substituted off because of tactical reason, but I think he's still their main player. Leeds will score goals. Leeds will attack against Liverpool, against Man United. They will attack. I expect them to get a goal or something.
That's the Leeds of last season. This season, man, they have been okay.
Yeah.
To be honest, Daniel James has been a breath of fresh air for them. He is one I was even considering. To be honest, because
yeah. Ryan James is doing well too. Exactly.
He's doing well. He's doing well. So against Manchester United, maybe they might get something. But the two games combined, I don't know if they will. It's going to be difficult to know where the points are going to come from. If I was going to take a bet, I would say if you can spare a transfer, James over Rafinha for me in this double 26.
Daniel James. I think I'm still with Rafinha because he's also on the penalties. And
Yeah.
And recently, don't forget, I think they recently won against West Ham 3-2. They won against Aston Villa. They drew against Aston Villa 3-3. So they are scoring goals. Basically, they are still scoring goals. They are still creating chances. But they are just so bad this season because they don't have the Bamfords and things like that. But I think they still have that knack to attack teams. And I think they will continue to do that. And if they score goals, usually Rafinha is involved. Recently, he's not been involved. I keep saying that. But I will still back him late, I think. And Tottenham, yeah, like you say, Son is the best option there. Kane is doing well, but it's too expensive for me to consider him. Watford, I don't like them. Wolves, I like their defense, their goalkeeper, Jose Sa, and the defenders, that is Ayat Nouri, and even Roman Saiz, who plays Leicester. Like I say again, Leicester was defensive team when it comes to set pieces. So any team that have a good attacking foot defender in set pieces, I would like to fancy them. And Roman Saiz is a very good player when it comes to attacking the opposition box. So he's the Wolf player I will go with, and Ayat Nouri combined with the goalkeeper. Jimenez maybe, but not so much. Yeah, that's me covered.
Okay, I think you've probably exhausted the players to target for this double gaming because it's going to be the biggest one. I don't think we're going to have any other big double as big as this one.
Possibly double 36 will be bigger, or possibly big. Possibly maybe even more, yeah. And maybe we will not even need to use a chip to get to double game weekers there because it will just be a lot of double game weekers. It depends on the FA Cups. So right now we cannot tell. We have to wait for the results, what happens in the FA Cups and things like that before we can know really what is going to be the latest stage. But this one is big. 8 teams having the double, but there is still the possibility of some bigger ones coming.
Okay. So before let's just talk about our teams and then we'll talk about our chip strategy going forward.
Yeah.
So what does your team look like for this double?
Yeah, my team is looking like that. I have De Gea in goal, Cancelo, Laporte. I'm gonna start them. So basically, I have 5 players who are gonna single. That is De Gea, who plays Leeds, Cancelo and Laporte, who played Tottenham. Bruno Fernandes and Bowen, they also have a good fixture. Fernandes with Leeds and Bowen with Newcastle. So my double game because are Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ayat Nouri of Wolves, and then in the middle I have Salah, who came in, Son, and then up top I have Workhouse and Edward. So basically that is my team. I took a -12 hit. Basically, I brought in Salah early and Workhouse for Ronaldo because that was always the plan to bring Salah for this game week. It was just when I do it, but I was gonna do that eventually. I think all of us will have. So I did it in a like immediately the deadline was like the last game week's deadline was gone. I made the transfer from that, and then Workhouse got injured in that Liverpool game that particular day. So it became a little bit of worry if he will be available or not. But then, yeah, it was good to hear their manager yesterday say he's training and he should be fit, available. And the other players I brought in are Son and Broha. Broha is brought on, but is on my bench. And Son I brought in for Jota because I wanted Son, so I had to downgrade somewhere to bring in Son. So Calvert-Lewin was downgraded to Broha. and Broha down to the bench. So I bring a player for a hit and then bench him. That is me.
Yeah, that's a good team, but yeah, I think people have learned from the double game week the past. I think can't remember which game week, not to bring in all double game week players. Some of these single game weeks also are also worth noting
Yeah,
to have
definitely.
in your team.
Definitely.
And chief strategy, you are going to play your triple captain.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Salah with the white captain there, so it means that's a triple captain. Yeah, definitely. I'm not. There is
You're not
no.
even.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about any other thing. There is no. This is the most obvious or easiest decision that they have given us as an FPL manager. So people want to overthink about it. Yeah, I'm not one of those people. I think this is very obvious. You just have to do it. Norwich and Leeds. It cannot get any better than that. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, so what chips do you have left after this game week? You have your bench boost.
Yeah, I have the bench boost,
And
the free hit,
free
and the wild card left. That is what
Ooh.
I have. Basically, the reason why I took this -4 hit is because I game week 27 there's a blank, right? We have a blank in game week 27, and Broha, why I brought him in for a hit and then bench him because I could not afford Son to Jota to Son directly. If I could do that, then I would not have needed to bring Broha. But I already planned to bring in Broha because of the fixture against Norwich in game week 27. So I just make that transfer now and I don't have to do it in game week 27. And so that I can save my free hit, which I will use in game week 20, in game week 30. And then the wild card, that one is up for grabs. Whenever it becomes necessary, I will use it. There is no set date or set game week to use it. And then yeah, the bench boost is gonna be the big double game week in 36 probably.
Okay.
That's my plan.
That's a good plan. So looking at my team, I'm playing a 3-5-2. So I have Ramsdale with a double, Cancelo with single, Trent double, at Nouri with double, and then midfield where it becomes a bit of a problem. I have Bowen with a single game week, and Jota who's injured, who's going to be replaced by as you can see here for those of you that are listening and watching, Coutinho possibly, but now I'm a bit confused. It's either Coutinho and also looking at Ramsey, and we'll see. I'm still up. It's still up for debate, but most likely it's going to be 80% or 70% Coutinho that's going to come in. If I could afford it, I would have liked to have Son here, but obviously the funds are insufficient right now. So captaincy, I think before I forget, I'm going to have to play my triple captaincy on Salah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I hope I don't forget, or it's going to be a disaster. And then I have Fernandez with a single. And
yeah,
then I have Saka with a double.
You want to wait until the last minute and then hit the triple captain.
Last possible minute.
No, but the triple captain.
Make the transfer and then
but with the triple captain, you can even cancel it, right? So if you do,
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
Triple captain and bench boost. The one you cannot cancel is wildcard and free hit. But triple captain and bench boost, if you don't want to do it, you can change it. It's okay. Yeah. So just do it there and at least look at it. I did it since deadline. Like since Salah came in at the deadline, yeah, he was on the triple captain. At least I will enjoy that view for a little longer, But you're talking about Coutinho too, yeah. And is that gonna be for a hit?
No, yeah. Sorry, it's gonna be for a hit because I already played my already brought in Salah for Sterling since the transfers were available for this game week.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a hit, and I don't like taking hits. That's the problem that I'm having right now. But if I don't, I'm gonna have to miss the opportunity to replace Jota. The best scenario would be to replace him with somebody who also has a double. But we all know,
Definitely. I think you should go and listen to Andy Let's Talk FPL. He has a very good episode on hits. Why hits? Why no hits? I think you need to listen to that episode.
Oh, but okay, for hits in a gimmick like this, the ceiling is high. The potential for points is also high.
Yeah.
The problem with me is there's always bad luck when it comes to hits. I've tried it multiple times. I keep telling you, the past 2-3 game weeks,
No, for me, but I refuse to agree with that. I refuse to agree with this.
Come on,
It is
man.
bad luck. I refuse to. I think it's just a perception you put for yourself. There, you have bad luck with it because
thank you. I have bad luck with it. I have,
but I think it's a perception. You put it in your head
so?
but you can always recall. Sometimes you take the hit and then it works.
Yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. To be honest.
So why didn't the bad luck stay? I think it's a perception. But you should listen to Andy. Let's talk FPL.
But more often.
These are the kind of ideologies that he talk about. Why people will think that this is the reason, so I'm not gonna take the hit. So it's all about necessity or not necessary. But
in this case, it's necessary, and the risk, is way lower than the reward, and I have to, because Jota is a big part of my season. You can see, and I cannot afford to lose the points, and his value is going down. So I have to most likely replace him with a hit. The hit in this game week is like a 0 because almost people are taking -8s and -12. So obviously it's like a 0. It's nothing. But yeah, it would have been the best scenario for me. What it was if Jota was not injured. I don't have anything to do, just play my game, enjoy my points. Well, yeah. So okay, to finish my team up top, I have Broha, single game week, and I have Dennis, who I can't simply get rid of with a double game week.
You have to play. He refused to leave your team.
He refused to leave my team for some, I don't know. So let him stay there. So my chief strategy is hopefully play my second free hit in 30, because it's a big blank. Obviously, I think most people are doing that. And I want to wildcard, because I like wildcarding. It's a mentality I have to make sure the wildcard really changes my team to a point that I actually utilize it well. I don't want to play it at the last 2 game weeks or something like that. So, but fortunately this season my team has been good enough that I don't even need to think about it. I haven't thought about the second wildcard in a while.
Yeah.
So if things change in maybe 31 or 30, most likely I'll wildcard. If not, I'll just stick to my team and see what happens.
So you'll burn the wildcard. That's what you say. Your team is so good that you're gonna burn the wildcard.
There's no point. What's the point of wildcarding? Because you have the chip, you want to use it, and then you ruin things for yourself. It's there to help. If it comes to a point where I have to, I want to make 3 or 4 transfers, and I was okay, 3 or 4 transfers. The only way I can do this is a wildcard. Then I'll play. But right now.
I went to a space today when I say I had the -12, and possibly thinking of -16. Because I was thinking there I can go for Pope, where Pope has double. So I was weighing up if Pope for double is gonna outscore the here for 2 game weeks where he's singling, because United are not great defensively. So I asked that question. So -16. So they tell me, oh, you are getting to -16. Once you get to the -16 territory, you have to hit the wild card. Even the triple cap. I say this game week, triple captain in Salah is more important for me than anything. So if that wild card is gonna stop me, I will take it. I will go -30 just to I will stay triple captain, because I expect him to score 100 points. That's what I tell people. 100 points this week. So if he scores that 100 points, let people come back to me. If you triple captain him and get the 100 points from Salah, don't forget to
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's the team as it stands for both of us. I think that's it, man. Anything else? I think we've come to the end of the pod. So anything else you'd like to mention? For me, I just want to say good luck to all the guys for the double game week.
Of course. But I think we don't discuss about I think there's a big concern for managers. Some want to wildcard, some want to play the bench boost for this game week. If you have a good game week. What is your take on that? Bench boost or wildcard?
Bench boost.
Yeah.
Or wildcard. I mean, it depends how your bench or the players you have in your bench. If you have double game week players, it's very unlikely that you have really good players on your bench. For this game week. Looking at the fixtures.
Yeah.
So looking at that, unless all of them have double game weeks, double game weeks, then it's fine. But I think if I have to choose, I'll choose the wild card, because
the triple captain. Sorry, triple captain.
Triple captain. Oh no, it's not even a discussion. We already said
we miss it. Triple captain
triple
or
captain
bench.
is above all else, all the tips for this particular game week, just because of Liverpool and because of Salah and the double that they have and the team that he plays. Like I keep saying, even if he plays one of the teams, even if he plays one game, right, and he scores at least 2 goals, because he's definitely assured of scoring in that one game that he's going to play. So you know, you're never going to get as good of a fixture like against Norwich and Leeds for Salah in this triple and this double game week. So for me, it's always the triple captain's chip for this game week.
So
bench boost.
So there is no team in that will trigger you to bench boost your team instead of free triple captain. There is no type of team this game week that will trigger you to do that, to consider that.
The thing would have been, for example, if I had wild carded in game week 25 and then I have like 15 double game week players, then I'll play my bench boost this game week. But like right now, I cannot wild card because you can only use one chip for one game week. So you see, and I'm sure most people don't have like double game week players on their bench.
Yeah, but also also don't forget too, there are some single game weekers like Bowen. Even if you are bench boosting with Bowen, you want to
will still keep him in your team
because players like Bowen, you don't take them out. Like Cancelo has proven to us that, like, especially me, he has beaten me very badly when they played at Old Trafford. I decided to say, okay, I will bench Cancelo, but you don't want to bench those kind of players. You want to start them, despite them having a single game week. And United too, if you have Bruno Fernandes or Ronaldo, like if you still have them in your team, I mean, they are, because Leeds are bad. Leeds are bad. We have been talking about Leeds all day about how bad they are defensively. So I think United can punish them, especially Bruno Fernandes. He scored the hat-trick against Leeds earlier in the season. He scored last season too a lot of goals against Leeds. So he tends to like the Leeds fixture because they play man-to-man and he's a mover. He moves a lot. He's a midfield runner. Like Jacob Ramsey, last time he scored 2 goals against Leeds too because he runs a lot. If you listen to Planet FPL pod, I think what is his name, James, highlighted that very well. If you have a midfielder who runs a lot, they always cause Leeds problems.
To do well against Leeds.
They seem to do well against Leeds. So Bruno Fernandes could be a very good pick for that game week. But yeah, I think you nailed it. I think triple captain this game week, there is nothing beats it, because if you look at it this way, will you ever have a player who will have this kind of fixture this season? Never. You will not have it.
No.
Is it possible to have another squad, like another double game week, where you can build a better double game week, like a better bench boost team? Yes, you will have it, because like I said, game week 36 there's gonna be double. There are many teams that have this, that still have some fixtures to be arranged. So there are better days to do the bench boost. But for triple captain, if this one go past you, there is no other chance. This is the best one. Logically, of course, Salah can go there and get 0 point or 1 point. Then you cannot do anything about that. It is football.
Yeah, because it's just
but logically looking at it, this is the best time.
Yeah, that is true. I think you've said everything. For me, it's a triple captaincy, man. This is the best chance. Don't overthink it. For most managers, I advise you don't overthink it. If you have it, play. Don't keep it like me to try to see you try to play smart.
like me, man. Don't keep it like me, man. Like
Growlby. Try to justify. Just play it, man. Honestly. Yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we have covered everything now. I think all good. I think we can release the pod. Hopefully they get it before deadline, and then at least enjoy it. I think it was a good show. I think we discussed a lot, and then we delve. Sometimes it's good to challenge a little bit, because that's the best way to get some of
get all the thoughts and ideologies out in front.
Exactly. I think it was nice. It was a good one.
Yeah. So thanks, listeners, for listening. It's a long pod, but please bear with us. It's what they listen or the watch.
Yeah, it's a pod at the end of the day. It's an FPL pod, so you have to delve into things. So yeah. At least we try to limit to 1 hour or something. But yeah, we are following the footsteps of exactly.
It's okay. It's a good discussion. So all the best. Okay, before I even get to that, please like and subscribe as always. The Kotu Classic FPL podcast. You can follow us on YouTube and as well as anywhere you get your podcasts. So yeah. So without further ado, Chama, any last words before I close? Because
no, good luck, guys. Double game week. Let's enjoy it. to Salah 100 points. Like I say, that's what I'm saying it in all spaces I go. Because I already calculated that Salah will score 5 goals and get 2 assists, in 2 games. And if he gets that, that's gonna be what is it? What did I calculate again? 40, how many points? 43 points. So that's gonna be 129 points for Salah if you triple captain him.
That's very hopeful. But trust the FPL goals. What's gonna happen is Salah's gonna get injured in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the
That's the end of it.
And then you have like 3 points for the triple captain.
Yeah, man. Let's cut it. All right,
Okay,
guys.
man. So,
Thanks.
thanks for listening, and catch you guys on the next one.